Hello, everyone. My name is Brendan Marr. The noise you're hearing is my ventilator, and welcome to Only What You Take With You, presented by Page Turners. They were not. Nice Star Wars podcast. Okay, folks, today is Tuesday, the 28th, I think. We are a week away from the Acolyte. I'm very excited. I've been staying away from teasers, promos, magazine articles, etc. So I really don't know what we're going to get. Um, I haven't really pieced any puzzle pieces together. I've seen the original teaser, and then I saw a couple of pictures that I was like, well, maybe I should have waited to see that in the show, but not anything like oh no, spoilers, not anything like that. Um, I have a couple of friends, fellow podcasters, who got to go to the premiere, the red carpet event in Hollywood. I'm rather jealous. And I really cannot wait to see what they got to see. It's weird because I am jealous in the sense that they got to see it, but I'm also not jealous because I don't know how I would feel getting to see it in advance. Um, that would almost feel, you know, getting to see a lot long before everybody else. It would be kind of hard to not want to talk about it. But obviously, there's the NDAs, and I couldn't talk about it. So I'm rather happy to be able to see it along with the rest of the fandom. Um, in terms of where the story is going, I said before I had no idea. Um, the biggest question that I ever had, or that I have, is are the Sith involved? The Acolyte, the title would suggest somebody who's like a student of the teachings of. So I'm thinking, do some people learn some Sith teachings and decide to call themselves Sith, but aren't really Sith? Um, that's kind of where my mind is going. Now we know that the Sith are out there in secret. The rule of two. So I imagine that they are watching from the shadows and waiting. They still have to wait, but are they secretly pulling the strings? I don't really know if we're going to see any Sith Lords, proper Sith Lords. I don't know Darth Plagueis or whether his master was. I really don't know. Um, but I suspect that they're out there enjoying this or pulling the strings just slightly. Can manipulate things just to their way. So that's what I think there. As far as this big murder mystery, I don't really know what to see as far as I can tell, it looks like Lee Chun Jae's character was the former master of Amanda Stenberg's character. But it would almost suggest to me, from what I've seen, that she sort of went the other way, decided, no, I'm out of here. I don't believe in this stuff. Or don't believe it the way that the Jedi see it. And I imagine that there's probably some Jedi who are like, well, clearly she's the murderer because she went against us. Yeah, very dogmatic too. I tweeted about this a month ago. I said, for every Mace Windu, you need a Qui-Gon Jinn. So who's our Mace Windu? Who is our dogmatic, rule-bound um, zealot? And then on the other hand, who is going to be our Jedi that's a little more like Qui-Gon, open to the will of the Force? That's what I want to know if we're going to have that dynamic. So that's really all I have to say about the Acolyte. But it's going to be interesting because the episodes will be coming out at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. That's a little bit hard for me because dinner and then also social hangouts regularly on Tuesday night. So we'll see how this is going to pan out. Now, as far as the length of the episodes, I don't think we officially know yet how long the episodes are. But I know that this has been a source of concern for some fans feeling that some episodes are too short. Um, or didn't, um, could have used more time to properly set up the conclusion. And I think that's a very valid point. I know that for me, whatever length it is, if I'm satisfied with the story, then to me it doesn't really matter how long the episodes are. But certainly, there's nothing wrong with the episodes being long, as long as that length is filled up. I imagine it's not going to be as long as Andor. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I'm willing to go with it. And the other question is this a one season show? There are rumors, and you got to be careful with rumors. There are rumors that there might be more than one season. I'm fine with if they just want to do one season. I'm fine if they want to do multiple seasons. I trust that they know what they're doing. Now, I did want to say something really quick about Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm. Kathleen Kennedy, as the president of Lucasfilm, has been involved with every Star Wars show. She gets a lot of hate when people don't like the shows or the movies. But she doesn't seem to get the love when people do like it. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about the Acolyte. This a while ago. And she said, and I don't know where this came from, she said, I don't know about the show because Kathleen Kennedy is too involved in it. And then I reminded her, well, Kathleen Kennedy was also involved in Andor. So what I mean to say is that when people like a show or a movie, I don't think they give her a lot of praise. They only give her criticism when they don't like it. I think it's important to remember that she is involved with all the projects, Andor, and all the other shows. Um, it would be nice to see her get the praise that she deserves when things do go right. But I fear that when people like Andor, they don't give her credit. They give her hate when they don't like Mando season 3. And that I think is terribly unfair. So I'll get off my soapbox there. I trust Leslie Hepburn, who's making this Acolyte show. Now, I mentioned before on my podcast, Leslie is very excitable Star Wars fan. And she has talked endlessly in interviews about this show, which is great. I haven't read any of those interviews. I've heard a few blurbs here and there, but I'm not as interested in her take on her own show. As I said, that may sound very callous. But what I need to say is that I've heard enough talk. I just want to see the show. And certainly we've seen that directors and writers talk endlessly about their shows before it comes out. And the question I have is, are those interviews correct? Now, I don't mean that they're lies or anything. I mean that is the way it's described by one of the creatives really what I see on the screen. So for me, I'm terribly stubborn. It's true. I just prefer to let the art speak for itself. But regardless, I am excited, and I am excited by Leslie Hepburn's enthusiasm. But if we like the show, let's make sure we give Kathleen Kennedy her due as well, just to be clear. So that's really all I got. Um, word is that we might get Skeleton Crew later this year, and our season 2 next year. It's a long wait for Andor, folks. But it's an exciting time to be a fan, I think. I'm excited. I don't know what we're going to get in the Acolyte. The reason I call this Tuesday episodes only what you take with you. It's a reminder to me that I just need to go in with an open mind. Don't and try not to bring any baggage with me. Um, it's not always easy. I think that maybe it's something that the fandom does pretty well at, but could learn. The idea of what you get out of it is what you bring into it. So I think that with Andor, with Acolyte, with Mandalorian, with anything, to go in with an open mind and just take what comes. If you don't like it, fine. If you do like it, fine. Just let's not be jerks about it. And that goes for me as well. So those are my thoughts. It's going to be an exciting week next week. And I cannot wait to talk about the show with people who have already gotten to see it. My name is Brendan Marr. That noise you hear is my ventilator. Thank you for tuning in to Only What You Take With You. Presented by Page Turners, They Were Not My Star Wars podcast. We are all the Republic.